Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the Mad Knives, a 5-album, 5-movie sci-fi concept project. And today is a weekly journal entry, TMK003. Let's talk about where we're at. We are in album 1 of 5. Album and movie 1 of 5. It is fully demoed and written, and we're looking for singers. Still looking for singers, and we will be until we find them. Show the logo, play the music. All right, so let's talk about what happened last week. Actually got kind of a lot done last week. First off, tiny improvements. I can't spell this and talk at the same time. Tiny improvements to the process and to just every little bit of everything that I'm doing. I think that should continue. Messaged singers. I actually direct messaged some singers on Instagram. 16 of them to be exact, which I thought was a pretty good start. I emailed Belmont University, their, what are they called? Entertainment Industry Professional Development Team, hoping to maybe find some singers there. I made a LinkedIn post about this, which is a little weird. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And just shot a deep dive video about the art style of the universe, which is very cool and exciting and fun for me to talk about. So let's just run through these quick. Tiny improvements to the process. It's just iteration, just the iterative process. I keep forgetting how powerful that is, but as days go by and I'm keep working on these videos and everything about this project, it gets just like a little bit better every time I push forward, and that's kind of amazing. Message singers, 16 singers, 15 female singers, 1 male singer. We'll talk about that more in a minute too. Emailed Belmont. I'm not sure if anything is going to come from that, but as part of the outreach that I wanted to be doing at actual institutions like music schools and things like that, and there'll probably be more of that. And then posted on LinkedIn. I wasn't sure if I should be doing that, but I sort of reframed the whole thing. It's not like, hey, look at my music. It's like, here's what happened when I tried to build a productivity system. So it kind of fit for LinkedIn. And then deep dive on the art style of the universe. I'm just plugging another video. If you haven't checked that out yet, it's out now. Go look at that, a deep dive about the art style of the universe. It has some inspirational pictures of things I'm drawing from and a lot of explanation about how everything's going to look. So on to the next part of our weekly journal entry, and this is probably my favorite part, feelings. The first thing I noticed is accepting help is hard. I should have known this because I've done plenty of things before when I've asked for feedback, whether it's music or other stuff, but a tricky thing happens when you ask for help is that you have to figure out how to accept the help and how much of it you want to accept and what help is good help and blah, 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 blah. Because the problem is that up until about 2 or 3 weeks ago, this whole project was just like, it's like my little baby in my head, right? Like it was nothing but perfect, beautiful potential in my mind. And, of course it was going to work out beautifully, because how could it not? It was just flowery potential. I can't think of another way to say it. And then you start to like bring it out into the world and show some people. And then what happened to me is I asked for a lot of help, and I'm going to keep asking for help because I need it. But it started to sort of arrive. The help started to arrive. And then I realized that it comes with lots of opinions, and then you have to decide, right? Like, First of all, you feel like an idiot because, like, I asked for the help. I want the help. Now I'm surprised that people are offering help. Um, it's just the beginning of what it's going to take to actually collaborate on a project like this. Um, it's going to require working with other people and potentially lots of other people. And if I want them to be working on the project, it's because they have good ideas and talent. And so I need to continue to practice accepting the good ideas from the talented people. At first, it's tricky, though. It's still a little tricky. The next thing that I felt was messaging singers is hard because it feels like cold calling. Because it kind of is, you know, these people don't know me, and I'm not just appearing totally out of the blue. Like if there will be something on their channel that I like that makes me think maybe they would be a good fit for the project, so I'll follow their channel and like the thing, and then a couple days later send a message. I'm trying to be real thoughtful about it, but it still is essentially cold calling. And if anybody has done a sales job before, the close rate on cold calls is pretty low. So of the 16 people I messaged, one of them responded and was interested in learning more about the project. And I don't know if that one person will be interested in doing any work on the project after they learn more about it. So jury is out. We will see. The other thing I noticed is that, at least so far, it's lots and lots easier to find female singers. It just looks like there are way more of them on Instagram, and maybe they post more frequently or something. So I'm having a hard time finding male singers, weirdly. So if you're a male singer and you want to work on a cool sci-fi project, get at me, please. The other thing I discovered was that some of the roles are easier. Jeez. Can't spell or write. The other thing I noticed is some of the roles are easier for me to think about than others. Like the co-pilot is, at least in my mind, easy to cast compared to the others, possibly the easiest. There's sort of an open pathway for how that voice sounds, and it doesn't need to be particularly characteristic. Like I want it to be sort of a fresh, open sounding voice, but that could be a lot of things. The farmer and the pilot are a little harder for me to envision, and those also both happen to be the male characters and singers. I think it's hard for me not to hear my voice, even though we're not trying to hear my voice. And then the doctor is the hardest one to cast. That one's really going to require some lifting. And I have an idea in my mind of how I want it to be, but it's not a fully formed idea. So some of the roles are more difficult than others. And the last feeling I felt was just more artistic trepidation. This was in last week. Artistic trepidation. I couldn't spell it then either. But this is a feeling that just keeps happening, and it's gonna keep happening, and I think it probably happens to everybody, and what are you gonna do about it? It's, I mean, it's a feeling from the 8th grade lunch table. I just am sure that everybody is gonna think that this sucks. Nobody has yet. But the other thing I keep remembering is that really, mostly nobody's thinking about it at all. So the problem is getting attention, not getting bad attention. But the sharing a project like this just does make you feel worried about the reception, I guess. It's just an artist thing. I'm sure it happens to all of us. So what's next? Singers. I'm still on the lookout. I'm going to keep direct messaging. I'm going to keep expanding who I send it to. The Belmont College team was a good start, but there are lots of music schools, and I'm just going to keep doing it. Got to find them. 2 male singers, 2 female singers. Please look at the previous videos if you want descriptions of how they sound and everything like that, but still need singers. Please get in touch. The other thing that's next is the next deep dive, which, the one that's out now is about the art style. The next deep dive is going to be about the radio flyer, specifically the spaceship, and everything about it, including like a floor plan and function and everything. So be on the lookout for that. That's what's going on next week. Looking for singers, talking about the spaceship. Life is cool. This is not that hard of work. So now we're at the end. Like, subscribe, share, tell everybody on the internet about my goofy sci-fi epic. And the reason to tell everybody is so I can find collaborators like singers, artists, mix engineers, animators. This is going to require a lot. So that's what this channel is for. Come and play with the Mad Knives if you survived. This is an invitation. Come and be a part of the project. I'd love to see you. Until next week,